I didn't point fingers though, did I? So today's opener, the front two, like I said, is review. It's systems by graphing. Then the back one is solving the system by substitution, which is what we started yesterday. So Josh, go ahead and tell me what I'm going to do in order to find the solution by graphing for this first system right here.
Go down 3.
So I'm going to start at the origin and I'm going to go down 3. What kind of line am I going to draw for a y equals negative 3? Horizontal.
Go up 1.
Oh, no.
I went up 1 and over the left 3.
For which one? This first one?
No, for the second one.
Oh, now you're on the second one. Okay. And then you went down 3 again and then did what?
I didn't do it right.
So what was your slope?
Huh? I mixed them.
Okay. So now we're on the second one. Y equals x minus 3. So we went down 3 again. And then what's the slope of this second equation going to be? 1 over 1. So up 1, over 1. And then we're going to go down 1 and over 1 to the left. And it's pretty easy to tell where our lines intersect here. So what's the ordered pair of where our lines intersect? That's going to be my solution. So what's the x value?
3, 0, 3.
My x value is 0. And my y value is what?
Negative.
Negative 3. So the solution is 0, negative 3. Now, we could also solve this by substitution, which I showed you yesterday. Okay. Questions on that first one? Okay, let's take a look at the second one. Maddie.
I'll get to rewrite it.
Yeah, I am going to have to rewrite it. Why?
Because it doesn't start with y equals.
That's right. So I'm going to have to get it in slope-intercept form. How am I going to do that?
Don't you have to draw your 1 first on the x? It just helps me
Oh, okay.
better.
Yep.
So you minus 1?
Yep, minus 1x
I didn't know if you didn't do 2.
on both sides here. That cancels. So then I have 2y equals,
3.
how about
1x
negative 1x?
plus 3.
Okay.
You have to divide 2. Or, yeah, you have to divide 2 on both sides. And it's negative 1 over 2 but x plus 3.
That's a lot of work I've not done yet.
And then what?
Plus 3.
Over
1. 2, sorry.
2. What's that going to look like? What's 3 over 2 going to look like
Up 3.
when we go to graph it?
Over
No.
That right there, under that.
Because
3,
this here is my slope.
That's a 2.
This is the number that's by itself.
That's a 2.
That is a 2. That's an ugly 2, isn't it? I'll
That
fix
looks
it.
like an 8.
So
You're gonna
what am I going to do with this 3/2?
3 to the side.
Let's change it. Would it be easier to graph it if it was a decimal maybe?
Yeah.
So how do we change a fraction to a decimal?
By simplifying. Dividing.
Yeah. What's 3 divided by 2?
1.5, I think. Yeah.
What is it?
2.56.
3 divided by 2 is what?
1.5.
1.5. Sorry. I'm just going to put that there as a little side note indicator. Okay. So when I go to graph this, what's my y-intercept going to be? My y-intercept is positive 3 over 2, right? And we changed that to a decimal of 1.5. So where would I graph 1.5 on my y-intercept?
In between
Go up
1
1.
and 2.
Between 1 and 2. So it'd be right in the middle of 1 and 2. Now from there, I'm going to graph my slope. What's my slope?
2.
Negative 1.
So I'm going to go down 1 and over 2. Now, it's going to be in between those grid lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to do the same, down 1, over 1. And then I'm going to graph my line.
I don't like this one.
Yeah, this one isn't as fun, is it? That's okay. We still know how to do it. It's just a little bit different because we're working with decimals here. Or not decimals.
Like,
Okay, good. Now for x equals 5, what do? I just have x equals 5. So where would I graph that 5? Well, no, x equals 5.
X line.
Yeah, it's on my x-axis. I just go to the right 5. Do I have a slope? No. When I graph an x, what type of line do I draw for it? A vertical. So, it ends up being a pretty easy solution though, thank goodness. Where do these two lines intersect? Right here. So what's the ordered pair for that? What's my x value? The x value should be easy. What's the x value, guys?
Oh shoot, 5,
5.
4.
And then what's my y value?
Negative 4.
-4. So that is going to be the solution to the system by graphing.
Wait, so 1.5 to the negative?
No, it should have been a positive. Why do we graph it a negative?
Please don't make it so.
We're going to make it a negative. Here, we're just going to make it do what we want it to do. But then that would be a positive.
I love writing.
Dang it. I have to rewrite that.
No. That's all we're going to do. We're going to change that to a -3. For the sake of the opener. So we don't have to change anything. Just leave it. However you have it, just leave it. All right. All right, let's take a look at the back. Now, here's the new stuff.
I don't know.
It's okay. That's why we're going to work on it more today. So now we have the system of equations, meaning we have two equations we're going to solve for at the same time. We're going to use substitution to solve the system of equation. Now remember, it does not matter where you substitute. However, if you have like a single variable that's over here by itself, y equals something, it's probably going to be easier to substitute this equation into this one, right? So all that means is that I'm going to take y equals x plus 5, and I'm going to substitute it in the equation below it. So if y equals x plus 5, when I see this y down here, what am I going to put in place of y?
5.
After this, can I go to the bathroom?
What am I going to put in place of it?
1,
No.
I really gotta go.
3,
Guys, look.
1.
It's saying y equals x plus 5. If I'm going to substitute this equation into this one below it, when I see this y, what am I going to substitute in place of the y?
3.
What does y
X
equal?
plus 5.
Yeah, x plus 5. All that has to go with it, okay? So we're going to have 3x plus, now when I go to substitute, I put parentheses in place of where the variable should have been, and what I'm substituting for is y, and it said y equals x plus 5, and then that's still going to equal what? 25.
Why does math
Okay.
so many steps?
Now,
I hate math.
this is just solving for equations here. Now, this parenthesis around the x plus 5, do I need to do anything with it? Does it mean anything at this point? No. So honestly, I can get rid of that set of parentheses if I want to. You don't have to, but you can. Okay, so I have an equation that I need to solve for here. Now, when I go to solve multi-step equations, the first thing I'm going to look to do is see if I can distribute. Can I distribute? No.
Yeah.
No, I can't distribute. If I can't distribute, what's the next step I look at to do?
Combine like
Can I combine like terms?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3x plus x, which equals,
3x.
now put a 1 up in front of that x by itself,
4.
4x. So I have 4x plus 5 equals 25, okay? So now I have a two-step equation, minus 5,
Ah.
4x equals,
5.
how about 20?
And then,
And then,
5 by 4, yeah.
and then it's 5.
there we go, there we go.
Okay, I thought you had that.
Okay, so the first part of my solution is going to be, what's my x value equal?
4.
5, right? So I plug in for the x value of my order pair, xy, 5. Now, I know what x equals. Now I need to determine what y equals. Which equation would it be easier to determine what the y equals?
You must say.
Top or bottom? Which one's?
Top.
Huh? Top. So my top equation is y equals x plus 5. What do I already know now?
It's 5.
I know that x equals 5. So when I see that x, what am I going to substitute?
X plus 5.
So y equals x plus 5. What do I substitute for 5? Or excuse me, x? 5. So then I solve. What's y equals 5 plus 5? So what does y equal?
10.
So what's the second part of my solution?
10.
10. So right there's my final answer.
I thought this was like where it's like a number.
I'm super confused
Yeah,
right
this
here.
is like really
I thought
confusing.
this was like a bunch of
I'm just
numbers
writing
and
stuff
it said
down.
it was numbers.
No.
Same.
That's if I give you an ordered pair
I'm failing this test.
to see if it's a
Same.
solution.
I gotta go pee.
Okay. Now everybody 5th and 6th hour knows that as well.
What? I'm gonna go pee?
I'm recording.
Ooh.
Did you hear that, YouTube world? He has to. He's got to go. Okay. So
This one can't go.
look at our second system. Our second system, read it. It's x equals y minus 2. And then our second equation is 4x plus y equals 2. Our goal is to find out what x and y equals. Ben, do you have an idea?
Okay. I'm gonna try to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So x equals y minus 2.
You're going to use that to substitute in the one below? Okay.
So we're 4 parentheses y minus 2.
Y minus 2. So I substituted, or you substituted for x. Okay.
Then equals.
No.
Oh. Don't we have
So you just substituted for 4x. You can't forget about the rest of your equation.
plus y
Plus y
equals 2.
equals 2. Okay. Here's our first equation. Now, I need to solve for y. I have two variables, right? I have two variable y's. So what's the first thing I'm going to have to do to start simplifying this equation?
Distribute.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. So when I distribute, I'm going to take 4 times y and get,
4y.
then what else am I going to get?
8. Negative 8.
Minus 8. Or yeah.
Then what do I bring down?
Plus y equals 2.
Okay.
Then you
After I distribute, I
like
combine like terms. What's 4y plus y?
4y. 5y.
5y. Bring down my minus 8 equals 2. Okay?
And then plus 8.
Positive 8. Don't you guys wish we were back in Unit 5 right now?
What year is this?
I wish we were almost done.
I wish we were out of school.
Okay. What's 2 plus 8?
Which math was it?
2. Oh, I was way ahead. Sorry.
10.
And then divide by 5.
And you get,
2.
okay, now, so I have, remember, our solution is an ordered pair, right? So it's saying y equals 2. So remember, my ordered pair is x and y, so I'm going to put that in the second spot for my ordered pair. That's my answer to my solution. Now, if I know y equals 2, I'm going to substitute for y. It does not matter, you guys, which equation you choose to do. You will get the same answer. But if you want to do less work, you want to pick the equation with less steps. What do you guys think the equation is going to be with less steps? The top one. So which variable am I substituting for this time? Yeah. So I'm going to have x equals, substitute for y, minus 2. What's my y?
2.
So, okay. So then if I substitute that in there, I'm going to have x equals, what's 2 minus 2?
0.
What does x equal?
0.
So I come down and I put that as my answer for my solution. Now, you guys could easily take a graph and graph this, and you'd end up with the same solution.